We've all been there, stuck in the grip of a bad habit, knowing it's not good for us, but unable to break free. But what if the solution isn't to resist, but to replace it? Today, we're going to explore how Stoicism teaches us to counteract bad habits by forming better ones. And trust me, if you can master this, everything changes. Welcome back to Daily Stoic Wisdom. Today, we'll dive into the profound wisdom of Epictetus from Discourses. Quote, "Since habit is such a powerful influence, and we're used to pursuing our impulses to gain and avoid outside our own choice, we should set a contrary habit against that. And where appearances are really slippery, use the counterforce of our training." End quote. Epictetus Discourses 3.12.6. When we think about habits, we often feel like these invisible forces that dictate our actions without our consent. We wake up one day realizing we've been procrastinating, cutting corners, or repeating self-sabotaging behaviors. And what's the common response? Resistance. We try to fight our bad habits. What Epictetus is saying here is that fighting our bad habits isn't the most effective way to change. Instead of resisting bad habits, Stoicism suggests we replace them with good ones. Counteraction is key. It's a bit like training a dog. When a dog is barking at the door, if you yell, it feels like your barking reinforces the behavior. A smarter approach is to redirect the dog, give it a new command, something positive to focus on. The same principle applies to us. When procrastination creeps in, don't dig in your heels harder. Get up and do something productive, like taking a walk or resetting your environment. If you catch yourself speaking negatively, don't beat yourself up. Instead, follow it up with something positive. Ask yourself why you're being kind of negative to yourself, and throw a positive compliment behind it. Gratitude. As some of you may know, I spent a significant part of my life battling addiction. I was an alcoholic and an addict, and deeply involved in the cycle of self-destruction. And I thought I could fight my way out of it. I tried resisting the urge to drink or use sheer willpower. But the harder I fought, the deeper I sank. Fighting bad habits doesn't work. It only makes the cycle stronger. The real change didn't come until I surrendered. I had to accept that I was powerless over alcohol and that my life had become unmanageable. But it's more than just surrendering to the reality. I had to replace those destructive habits with something more powerful, positive habits. Instead of filling my time, my mind with drinking or the obsession, I began to fill it with habits that would serve me. Regular exercise, going to support groups, AA, meditation, living within my principles, spiritual principles, understanding what they were, having a better relationship with myself. It wasn't easy, but I realized the power was not trying to resist the cravings or bad habits. It was in replacing them with ones that built me up. Over time, these positive habits began to drive out the negative ones. The key was consistency and surrender. I had to accept my situation and then took proactive steps to change how I responded to it. That's the thing about bad habits. They thrive when you focus all your energy on fighting them. But when you accept your reality and focus on building contrary positive habits, you begin to make real progress. Today, I'm proud to say that those destructive habits are behind me for the most part. I'm not perfect. And I owe that to the power of positive habits and AA, and learning how to surrender, finding my values, and accepting what I can and cannot change. This concept is central to the MAN method, specifically M, which stands for maturity. Maturity is about recognizing simply reacting to impulses isn't going to get you anywhere. It's not going to get you anywhere you want to go. It's about responding with intentionality. You replace bad habits with more deliberate actions. When it comes to managing ADHD, this is even more crucial. We are wired for impulsivity. It doesn't mean we're powerless. The MAN method is designed to help you build those contrary habits so that when you feel overwhelmed or distracted, you have the tools to pivot to something more productive. So here's today's challenge. Identify one bad habit you've been struggling with. Is it procrastination? Negative self-talk? Cutting corners? Whatever it is, don't fight it today. Instead, set a contrary action. For example, if you catch yourself scrolling mindlessly on your phone, get up and take a 5-minute walk or do a little bit of yoga. If you're cutting corners in work, stop and add extra effort into the next task. The more you practice this, the easier it gets. And as soon as those positive habits will begin to drive out the negative ones. Remember, habits are powerful, but you are more powerful. And by focusing on good habits rather than resisting the bad ones, you can truly transform your life. That's the Stoic way. That's the spiritual gentleman way. And if you want to be surrounded by other men working on building good habits and breaking the bad ones, come join us at the League of Spiritual Gentlemen and also Men's ADHD Support Group. We have our midweek men's circle meeting. They have meetings as well. And also, if you're looking to really build those habits, I offer a free 30-minute strategy call that helps you figure out what your bad habits are, how we can develop good ones, and put you on the right step. It's a free thing just for you. Thank you so much for watching. Appreciate each and every one of you. See you tomorrow, and have a great, if not better, day.